After years of swiping, ghosting, and dead-end conversations, I finally cracked the code to getting off the dating apps. Now, it wasn't luck. It came down to 3 simple changes that most guys ignore, and I'm going to share what they are in today's video, so let's get into it. Alright, by far the most important thing you need to do and you need to be is you have to be unique. And I'll explain how to do that in just 1 minute, but I'm going to share with you a story that hopefully doesn't scare you, but it's very important to tell because it's going to really illustrate the point of how important being unique is. And if you aren't unique, it's going to be so hard to get dates on the dating app. So at the time, this is my girlfriend now, but way back the summertime when we just first started dating, it was our second date and we were sitting on the bar. And we're having like a friendly just discussion debate in terms of what we were saying in a particular conversation on the dating app. And I believe the dating app was Bumble. And no, that's not why I'm wearing this shirt right now. I've got nothing to promote right now. But so she gave me her phone and she's like, yeah, go find it. Like, I guarantee I'm right. I'm like, no, I'm right. So I open the Bumble app and the very first thing I see at the bottom is I see 500 plus. I'm like, what the fuck's that? What's 500 plus? And she's like, oh, that just likes. And I see all the conversations as well. I'm talking like 50, 7,500 conversations plus 500 plus likes at the bottom. So I'm just sitting there like almost in shock. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I was just kind of so in shock. I saw how many guys liked her and how many guys were talking to her. So in my mind, I'm like, fuck, like Rich, you gotta close the deal here. Like if you like this girl, which I did at the time, I'm like, you gotta make sure this is your girlfriend pretty fast because there's so many guys out there. Point I'm trying to say is there are so many guys out there relative to girls. So for every girl you're talking to, realistically, guys, I hate to say this to you, but they're probably talking to 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe 50 to 100 guys. It's that competitive out there. And the number one way you can differentiate yourself from these guys is you have to be unique and you can't just be the same person that they see on the dating apps. You have to stick out on the dating apps. So how do you be unique? That's the $1 million question, right? Well, the very first thing I'll say is, I'll give you some tips in just a minute is, but just be yourself. I think so many of us, we try to like hide and be like, yeah, I'm John, I work 9 to 5, maybe a picture with your dog or whatever it might be, right? That's fine, don't get me wrong, but you try to keep it so close knit and you're just trying to be respectful, look professional, all those things on the app. When in reality, you need something that stands out. So the number one question you're going to ask yourself is, how are you different? Like what makes you unique? Is it your sense of humor? Is it your smile, your eyes? Like whatever it is, like you're traveling, like whatever it is about you, what makes you unique? And for me, it was my sense of humor. I put down, I believe on the dating app was, if I can't make you laugh in the very first dates, I'll buy you a drink. It's pretty clever, like you can steal that one. But whatever it is, guys, some tips like, find a photo of yourself, find a quote maybe that makes you funny. Just do something. You don't have to wear a yellow shirt like I did, don't worry. But whatever makes you unique, you have to put it on the app. You can't hold back. Because if you are holding back, there's 50, 100 other guys out there that are talking to the same girl. Again, I hate to say it to you, but it's the truth for the most part. So you have to be different than everyone else and you gotta get outside your comfort zone and show your true self. So that's tip number 1 if you want to dominate the dating apps is you have to be unique. Tip number 2, you have to get yourself in shape. Now, I'm going to say this. If you're a bit overweight, but you're really not too concerned with your body image, your confidence is still high, and you're just being yourself, then skip to the next part. This wouldn't be for you because I'm not body shaming here. But for those of you who are maybe struggling with confidence and maybe you just don't understand why that's the case, the very first thing I would check is body image. And like I said, you might not even realize it's the body image that's really lowering your confidence. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of an analogy to paint a picture right here. So you know that feeling when you're done a haircut, like when you get out of that chair in the haircut, you feel good, right? Like a little more, I don't know about you, like I feel more confident. I don't have a hat on. I'm just walking out. My shoulders are taller. I just feel better and more confident overall. Imagine if you have that feeling 24/7. I'm talking about getting in shape. So let's say you drop some belly fat, you add some muscle, and you have that same feeling of walking out of that barber chair 24/7. Do you think that do a lot for you in terms of talking to girls, maybe getting a girlfriend long term? Probably so, right? And right now, in terms of what the physique you want to get, I'm doing an early survey. So I'm going to eventually survey 1,000 ladies. I'm done about 50 right now. And I'm asking them, or at least one of the questions I'm asking them is, what is the ideal body type on a man? And so far, it's a 4-pack with some muscle definition. So it's not getting super jacked. It's not getting like a 6-pack bodybuilder look. all you need to do is lower some belly fat a little bit, get some more muscle tone. I guarantee your confidence is going to skyrocket. You're going to get more matches. You're going to talk to girls better. And you have a much better chance of getting a girlfriend if you focus on your health and fitness. Now, this is basically what my channel is about, fitness and dating. So stay tuned for a lot more videos in terms of how to improve your physique. But let's get into point number 3 right now, because this is probably one of the most overlooked things as well when it comes to getting more matches in the long term. Tip number 3, now this is more mental, but if you don't have this, none of the first 2 things I talked about is even gonna matter. So I would argue the most important thing you need is you have to be able to handle rejection. It's gonna happen to every single person, guys. And when I mean rejection, I mean like girls not messaging you back on the dating apps, maybe they block you, maybe you go on a date and they block you, and then you start doubting yourself, right? You're like, is it me? Like, am I good looking enough? Am I tall enough? Am I funny enough? You really start to doubt yourself, but I promise you, it's not you, and it happens to every single person. And I don't know how many times I've been ghosted. I remember like, this is probably 2023. I was probably like a year in the dating apps and like, I had some dates obviously here and there, but I met with this one girl and things were going well. We started talking for a few weeks. We had a coffee. I thought things went really well. Like the conversation was going great. I get home, say goodnight, wake up the next morning and I'm completely blocked. And I'm so confused and you just get down on yourself, right? Like you're like, again, you start questioning yourself and you almost want to delete the dating apps because you're thinking like, what's the point? But believe me guys, it's gonna happen to every single person and you just have to trust the process. Because I can tell you now 2-3 years later, I met the most amazing girl ever. I'm super happy and you're gonna find that person as well, as long as you stick to, kind of things I'm talking to you about, like being unique, get yourself in shape so your confidence is high, and you have to be able to bounce back from rejections because it's going to happen to every single person. Like, I don't know about you, but I was a baseball player and I was used to getting out 7 out of 10 times, right? As a baseball player, if you get 3 hits out of 10, that's considered like very good. You're going to Hall of Fame if you're in MLB. And I'm a Bills fan, so I'm used to a lot of losses, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of failure. So maybe that's why it helped me a little bit to this day, because I'm used to getting my heart broken in terms of sports. But just know that rejection is going to happen, and it's not just you. It happens to the best looking guys out there. It happens to every single person. You just have to bounce back from it and don't let it get to your head, because if it gets to your head, then you're going to want to quit the dating apps. You're going to start questioning yourself and you're going to start thinking, what's the point? But I really want to shift your mindset to, okay, I got rejected. Not a big deal. It's not me. Let's move on to the next one. Now, I'm still early in my survey of asking 1,000 ladies what they wanted, man. And like I said, I got 9 burning questions that you're gonna wanna know. So if you wanna get ripped, I'm gonna share tons of fitness tips because I've been a fitness coach for 15 years. That's my main profession. And I'm tying the dating into it because I wasn't on the dating apps. And I really just wanna share my struggles to help you guys. So if you wanna know what a woman wants in terms of body parts, physique, how tall they like a man, all that sort of stuff, I'm gonna have the burning questions, I should say burning answers for you coming up soon. So please make sure to subscribe. If you could like this as well, it'd be very appreciative. And if you have any questions, drop them below. If there's any questions you particularly want me to ask ladies, drop them below as well. I'll ask it for you because I want to get these surveys done. That way you guys get ripped, you get more dates, and just get more confidence in the process. This is Rich here. I appreciate you watching. We'll talk soon.